Yo, what's up, tube? I want to comment on some of this breaking news out of. It's according to WGN. 3 Americans found dead at Sandals Resort in the Bahamas after a health emergency. So I'm gonna leave the link to this article in the description box. And apparently, a lot of people at this resort over the last few days or so, maybe even weeks, been getting sick, and apparently some people have died. And the common denominator, all these people were at this resort at some point in time. Now, the local authorities claim there's no foul play going on. That's what they say. My thing is this. Not everything is pretty much open back up. You can somewhat, for the most part, travel wherever you want, like you used to be able to do. You have to be vigilant. You have to pay attention to your surroundings. You don't know, like, certain customs and certain, like when you're over here in the States and you go in certain areas, you can pick up on certain keys. You know, your spidey senses get the tinkling. You know when a situation isn't right, an area is not right, something fishy going on. You kind of know. You get the feeling over here, you know what I'm saying, wherever you're from. So you're used to it. It's second nature. And when you go overseas to these other places, you know, those senses are, you know, basically dumbed down. And you might not recognize certain things right away, but one thing you can always do is pay attention. Especially when you're traveling abroad, visiting places you're not familiar with, areas, cities. You gotta pay attention. And especially pay attention to what you put in your mouth. What you eat, what you drink, who's preparing it. You gotta, you gotta watch all that. But according to, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Exuma, I guess that's a TV station or something. EXUMA. Anyway, officials in the Bahamas say 3 U.S. tourists have died at a Sandals resort after falling ill. Another had to be airlifted to a hospital for treatment. The Royal Bahamas Police Force said in a statement that officers were called to the Sandals resort on the island of Exuma Friday morning after one of the tourists, a man, was found unresponsive in a villa. Okay. On their way to the resort, officers were told 2 more unresponsive tourists, a woman and a second man, had been found in a separate villa. All 3 were pronounced dead at the resort, with the woman and second man both showing signs of convulsion, local officials said. I mean, the one thing they all have in common is this resort. I mean, what's going on? Is it food poisoning? Is somebody targeting them because they're foreigners? That's what I be trying to tell you. Y'all be traveling overseas. Watch your surroundings. The same way you will watch your surroundings in certain neighborhoods in the United States. You gotta do the same thing overseas. Especially because you're not familiar with areas and stuff. Watch what you eat and watch what you drink. Because whatever's making these people sick and has killed individuals, something is going on. These people had to have eaten or drunk the same thing at some point in time. So wherever That's I'm sure that's what they're doing, but because it's too much of a coincidence. And the people that's getting sick and dying, they don't even know each other, but they happen to stay at this resort. So, I mean, it could be simple as food poisoning, and it could be intentional poisoning. Sounds like nobody knows yet, but I'm gonna leave a link to this article in the description box down below. But people, for my traveling people, the same way you watch yourself when you go to different cities and areas and states, do the same thing when you go overseas. You watch what you eat when you in another city. Watch what you eat when you in another country too. But this story is still developing, so we all gonna wait and see. Watch yourself. And that being said, I'm out.